Cats are creatures surrounded by an aura of independence and self-sufficiency. They are often portrayed as proud loners who are quite comfortable on their own. It seems that they are completely indifferent to how much time they spend alone, sleeping for 16 hours a day, entertaining themselves, finding cozy corners, and generally walking by themselves. But is this really the case? Are cats truly indifferent to how much time they spend in solitude? Unfortunately, no. Cats, like any social creatures, especially those accustomed to constant human interaction, can suffer from loneliness. And this suffering can manifest in many different ways, often quite non-obvious to an inattentive owner. Imagine an ordinary day. You wake up, have breakfast, get ready, and leave for work, leaving your fluffy darling alone in an empty apartment. All day long, every day, week after week, month after month. Do you think she's having fun? Most likely not. Even if a cat sleeps most of the time, it doesn't mean she doesn't experience longing, boredom, anxiety, and feelings of abandonment. She cannot come to you and say, "I'm sad and lonely. Please play with me." She is forced to experience her emotions silently, suppressing them inside. And this silence, this hidden suffering, can be very eloquent if you learn to understand it. The first and perhaps most obvious sign of feline loneliness is a noticeable change in usual behavior. If your normally calm, affectionate, and sociable cat suddenly becomes apathetic, lethargic, loses interest in games, food, and even you, this is a serious reason to be alarmed. She may sleep more, not in her favorite bed, but in some secluded, dark places, under the sofa, behind the wardrobe, in the closet. She seems to be hiding from the world, from her loneliness. She may avoid your company, not respond to calls, not come when you call her, as if she has lost her taste for life, as if she has lost interest in everything that used to make her happy. But there can also be a completely opposite reaction. The cat, on the contrary, becomes overly intrusive and demanding. She literally follows you like a tail, constantly meows, demands attention, affection, rubs against your legs, doesn't let you pass, jumps on your lap even when you're busy. She seems to be trying to say, "Don't leave me alone. I'm scared. I'm lonely. I need your warmth and attention." Such behavior can be very tiring and even irritating for the owner, especially if they are tired after work and want a rest. But it's important to understand that these are not just the whims of a spoiled animal, but a desperate cry for help, a distress signal that cannot be ignored. What about toilet problems? This is a very delicate topic, but it is directly related to the emotional state of the cat. If your cat, who always neatly and accurately used her litter box, suddenly started doing her business in inappropriate places, on your bed, on clothes, on the carpet, on shoes. This may not just be revenge, mischief, or malice, as owners often think. It can be a manifestation of severe stress, anxiety, and worry caused by prolonged loneliness and lack of attention. She seems to be trying to attract your attention, saying, "Look, I feel bad. I'm here. I exist. Pay attention to me." Of course, such behavior can be associated with other causes: health problems, a dirty litter box, a change of filler, the appearance of a new animal in the house. But if all these factors are excluded, then most likely the cause is loneliness. Another very alarming sign is excessive grooming, that is, licking of fur. Cats are known to be clean, and fur care for them is not only a hygienic procedure, but also a way to calm down, relieve stress, relax. But if a cat licks herself too often, too intensely, literally, to the point of bald spots, hair loss, skin irritation, wounds, and ulcers, This is not normal. This is a clear sign that she is experiencing strong emotional tension, and loneliness can be one of the main causes of this tension. She seems to be trying to lick away her longing, her pain, her anxiety. Pay close attention to your cat's appetite as well. If she refuses food, eats very little, reluctantly, chooses only the most delicious pieces, or, conversely, begins to overeat, eating her stress away, consuming food in huge quantities. This may be related not only to health problems, which of course also need to be excluded, but also to her emotional state. Cats suffering from loneliness may lose interest in food because they are sad and melancholy, or, conversely, try to drown out feelings of emptiness and loneliness with food. What about destructive behavior? If your usually calm and well-behaved cat suddenly started scratching furniture, wallpaper, curtains, tearing things, scratching doors, gnawing on wires, knocking objects off tables and shelves, this may not just be a manifestation of a harmful character or lack of upbringing. It can be a way to release accumulated energy, relieve stress, dispel boredom and longing, find at least some occupation in an empty apartment. She seems to be trying to say, I have nothing to do, I'm bored, I'm lonely, I don't know what to do with myself. Sometimes cats suffering from loneliness can become more vocal than usual. They start meowing loudly and prolongedly, howling, screaming, especially when you leave home or return. These sounds can be very plaintive, piercing, heartbreaking. This is how they try to attract your attention, express their sadness, their loneliness, their longing for communication. They seem to be calling you, asking you not to leave them alone. Here's another non-obvious but very important sign. The cat sleeps more than usual. Of course, cats are known sleepers, and sleeping for 16 to 18 hours a day is quite normal for them. But if your darling sleeps almost all the time when you're not at home, showing no interest in the world around her, in toys, in food, in what's happening outside the window, this may be a sign not just of fatigue, but of deep depression caused by loneliness and lack of stimuli. She seems to go into sleep to escape reality, to not feel her pain and longing. Don't forget that cats can get sick from loneliness in the most literal sense of the word. Yes, you heard right. Prolonged stress, anxiety, depression caused by the constant absence of the owner and lack of communication can seriously weaken the cat's immune system, making her more vulnerable to various infectious and non-infectious diseases. She may experience exacerbations of chronic diseases. New health problems may appear. Sometimes cats suffering from loneliness may show aggression towards other animals living in the house, or even towards people, including you. They become irritable, nervous, hot-tempered, may scratch, bite, attack for no apparent reason. This doesn't mean the cat has become evil or aggressive by nature. She is simply experiencing severe stress and doesn't know how to cope with it, how to express her negative emotions. And this aggression is, in essence, a defensive reaction, a way to release accumulated tension. What about attempts to escape from home? If your cat constantly tries to run out the open door or window as soon as you open them, this may not just be curiosity or a desire to walk outside. It may be a desperate desire to find company, find a friend, get rid of oppressive loneliness. She seems to be looking for someone who will brighten her dreary days, who will give her warmth, affection, and attention. Pay special attention to how the cat meets you after a long separation. If she joyfully runs to meet you, rubs against your legs, purrs, cuddles, jumps into your arms, this is a good sign. It means she missed you, that she is happy about your return. But if she doesn't react to your appearance at all, continues to lie in her place, not paying attention to you, hides, ignores you. This may indicate that she is experiencing very strong stress due to your absence, that she is offended by you, that she has lost hope for your return. Of course, all these signs, taken separately, can have other explanations. The cat may simply not be in the mood, be tired, feel unwell, be frightened by something else. For example, a loud sound outside, a visit from strangers, a trip to the veterinarian. But if you notice several signs at once and they manifest regularly over a long period of time, it's worth seriously thinking about how to help your fluffy darling cope with loneliness, how to make her life happier and more fulfilled. What should you do if you suspect your cat is suffering from loneliness? Here are some tips that might help you. Give your cat more attention. This is the main and most important advice. Even if you are very busy at work, even if you have many things to do and worries, try to find time to communicate with your cat. Play with her, pet her, talk to her in a gentle voice, pick her up, scratch behind her ear. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day spent together can make a huge difference to your cat's emotional state. Provide your cat with various entertainments. Buy her more toys, balls, mice, feathers, fishing rods, laser pointers. Set up a play complex with scratching posts, beds, houses, tunnels. You can use interactive toys that will keep your cat busy in your absence. For example, puzzle feeders from which she needs to get food. Create a cozy, comfortable, and safe environment for your cat. She should have her own place where she can hide, rest, feel protected, a house, a bed, a basket, a shelf on a wardrobe. Make sure that in this place she is warm, comfortable, and calm. Consider getting a second pet. If you have such an opportunity and you are sure that you can provide proper care for 2 animals, get a friend for your cat, a kitten, a puppy, or even an adult cat. But be prepared for the fact that not all cats are happy with company, and not all animals can become friends with each other. Before making such a decision, it's better to consult with a veterinarian or animal psychologist. Use pheromones. There are special sprays, diffusers, and collars with synthetic analogs of cat pheromones that help cats relax, relieve stress, feel calmer, and more confident. Don't punish your cat for bad behavior. Remember that destructive behavior, toilet problems, aggression, these are not manifestations of malice, but a cry for help. Punishment will only worsen the situation, increase stress and anxiety. Seek help from a specialist. If you cannot solve the problem on your own, don't hesitate to contact a veterinarian or animal psychologist. They will help you understand the causes of feline loneliness and choose the right behavior strategy. And most importantly, remember that a cat is not just a pet, but a full-fledged member of your family. She needs your love, care, attention, and understanding no less than any other family member. Don't leave her alone with her worries, with her loneliness. Help her cope with longing and anxiety, and she will respond with boundless devotion, love, and gentle purring. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope it was useful and interesting for you. If you liked it, don't forget to like it. This is very important for promoting the channel. Subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss new episodes about our beloved cats. And in the comments, be sure to share your stories and observations. How do your cats experience loneliness? What do you do to help them cope with longing and boredom? Your advice and recommendations can be very valuable for other cat owners. Until we meet again on air,